I'm telling this to both young men and young women. When you're around anyone who says happy wife, happy life, get the fuck away from them. Because what they're doing is they're passing on a curse to you. You understand? Let me first ask you just a side note to it.
Okay.
When you guys see Steve Harvey hanging out with all these African dignitaries and over there with the Crown Prince of Dubai, do he look happy? I'm just asking you the question. Do he look happy? Go back and look at all these videos and see if Steve Harvey looked happy like he was before.
No. And just to make sure, I'm actually going to check this out. Steve Harvey with African, I'm going to look it up real quick so I could give you guys a really fast answer. Let me see. Steve Harvey, Dubai. He looks tired.
Do he even look happy when he entertaining? No. Steve Harvey got exactly what he wanted. I saw a pastor in Houston that did the same thing Steve Harvey did. I will never forget the enlightenment and communication and hearing Pastor I.V. Hilliard talk about, he told his wife when he came home, from now on, he gonna make money. In other words, this is what he was saying. I was making money. I was trying to make money honestly before, but now I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make money. And he did it. If you look at his story from that point and look what happened, he started giving deceptive information. Anything that would allow him to cultivate a relationship with money, he did it. He same thing, excuse me, allergies, that Steve Harvey did. He did anything he could do to make money. You have to understand, and I know this offends some people, but a man is not meant to worship a woman. A man is meant to worship God. When a man worships God, his life, his mind, and his heart is clear.
Let's just let that sink in for a little bit. A man is not meant to worship a woman. A man is not meant to worship a woman. The fact that he has to give a disclaimer so that women aren't offended by that statement. Think about that. That today's chicks, when you say to them, we're not made to worship you, their blood boils. Their blood boils. What do you mean? They think they're literal deities that deserve to be worshipped. And I've said this so many times, man. It's not the first time he's graced the channel here. I'll have his information in the description.
Ladies, if you want to experience a love from a man that you've never experienced before, find you a man that worships God and not you. That perception of happy wife, happy life means everybody in the house could be miserable if the woman is. A woman is what? At her nature, emotional. So even though a woman logically tries to manipulate her emotions, sometimes her emotions gets the best of her. If you allow a woman to run your household, that means the lives that live in your house, then your house is not going to survive it, and eventually it's going to fracture. Because think about this. The way that's set up, a woman has no responsibility but to herself. The way that it's set up. And ladies, I know y'all not built like that. See, you're being coaxed into a thought process just like people were coaxed into a religious thought process that allows you, okay, in what world can anybody do whatever they want to do and not be God? I need you to understand that. This was a Western philosophy meant to contain y'all. So when you hear Steve Harvey say, the woman ain't got to do nothing, she goes, do he look happy with that woman? When is the last time you've even seen Marjorie? You don't even know if they're together or not. You got to recognize this. And from a man's perspective, you have no idea the diminishing attributes to a man that worships a woman. He essentially is a woman, okay? He essentially has no self-esteem. He doesn't believe in himself. He's always up and down. Oh, you ever notice a woman can be absolutely beautiful and struggle if she's beautiful or not? Again, how can you not know you're beautiful? Look in the mirror. Look at what everybody screams. I'm going to tell you something. A man could be ugly as hell and still believe in himself because his movement is solely based on accomplishment amongst other men, okay? So when you allow yourself to live under the understanding of happy wife, happy life, your relationship will never work.
Amen. Amen. Let the church say amen. Now, listen, I know what video he's referencing to. Let me see here. If I'm correct, I believe he was referencing this moment right here, right? Hold on. In time. Everyone, I give you Steve Harvey. Let's get it.
That's what's wrong with this generation today.
What's wrong?
These young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do you bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible? Do you know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family? That's our damn job.
There you guys go. That's a snippet, right? And so when you hear Steve Harvey over there talk about she can make another you, it ends there, right? That just because a woman can make another you, it then means that she's a lot more valuable than you will ever be, because she can accomplish something that every other chick in this world can accomplish. Never mind how she's going to raise that kid up. Never mind who she is and her beliefs and thought process. No, just because of what's between her legs. That is essentially worship. Like, there's nothing that person, they just who they are is enough. The only person who just is God. Now, does this mean that you treat your woman bad? Of course not. Does this mean that you go around and be abusive? Of course not. A person who understands this and a woman who understands this, who come together and embrace the attributes that they have strengths in and embrace shared values, create a beautiful thing. Of course, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Let's see what else we have here. A few more topics. Remember, guys, you can always send me topics to my IG, Instagram, Chisha Zed. All right, let's see what this chick is talking about right here. Hold on. We've got a dating story here this woman's sharing about.
I got married 17 days ago, and we're already deciding to call it quits. I was out of town working. I told her when I was coming home, and I came home, and there was another car in the driveway. I go into the bedroom, and my wife is laying in the bed with a couple. It was a man and a woman. So I started throwing a fit.
What?
They started talking about how she's been their girlfriend for 2 years. So it's like, I've never heard of any of this. And then she decided that she didn't want to be with me anymore. And even though it's only been 14 days, we're looking into getting an annulment, a divorce. I don't even know how it works. We only been married for 2 weeks. But I wanted to actually stick it out. But
You wanted to stick what out, bro? You wanted to stick what out? Oh, no. Oh, no.
But I just want an apology. You know, I want you to acknowledge that you're wrong. You've been in a relationship with these people for 2 years, and I don't even know them, and they're in my house, and I'm away on work. You don't have a job, so you have the time to do these kinds of things. And it's like, for you to have the nerve to say you want to no longer be with me, it just makes no sense. Because
hold on, is this real? Let's check some comments here. The things people tell the internet you couldn't waterboard out of me. You wanted to work it out? There's no way this is real. This has to be some type of a satire. Paige, there's no way this is real. Man has to be an actor. I refuse to believe it.
I'm the one that should be looking to forgive you, but I don't even know how this works, or I don't have anybody to talk to about it. That's the only reason I'm even saying anything on here, because I literally don't even know what to do. But yeah, it looks like after 14 days, our relationship is pretty much over.
I'll say this. If this is in fact a real story, after hearing him talk, I understand why this happened to him. Only a man who would want to work something out after something like that would be susceptible to marrying a chick who then turns around only 2 weeks later to have what sounds like a threesome with another couple, letting them bust the cheeks, fast, not slow. And I know maybe most of you are going to agree with me, but some people are going to say, Chisha, you're being too harsh on him. he wants to work it out because why? I didn't hear anything about children. Even if they were kids in this situation. Guys, let me make something very clear. I'm not somebody who thinks that like there's never a situation for someone to get a divorce. I think people hear me talk about the cheating thing because I definitely do think that people, if they can work through cheating, first of all, you should have that conversation. If you can work through it, then you should. Because I think a lot of, there'll be plenty of situations. Because I've asked people, I've said, hey, I've asked women, I've brought them on the coffee pod. I did this years back. Asked them straight up, you have a perfect man. He's perfect. Shows up to every family function, everything. 10 years in, you guys have a rough patch, right? You found out that he stepped out and he made the mistake of cheating. It's not a mistake. It's a decision. Okay. But otherwise, an amazing man. Would you work it out with him if you knew that he genuinely was sorry and he wouldn't do it again and it's not a chronic Derek Jackson type situation? I think most chicks who hear what I say and it makes sense to them, they already understand this. Shit, they've probably forgiven their man already. I know this is not what this is about, but I'm just trying to make something clear here that there is a time to walk away. There is a time to divorce. And when there's this type of disrespect going on, it doesn't sound like she's remorseful. He's begging for an apology because she did not give him one. She did not say, I'm sorry. If anything, she said, I enjoyed it. It was amazing. At that point, it's time for you to leave, bro. Doesn't look like it's a satire page here. Hold on. What's this post about? Free Luigi? Is it Luigi or Luigi? That's the man with the CEO and Free R. Kelly. Free Diddy? What? Free Dirt? I don't know. This is a crazy list, bro. This is a crazy list.
My Christmas alone. Yes, I'm getting a bunch of stupid text messages about people saying, I saw Spoken Reasons talking about you. I saw this guy on Twitter. They're flaming you in the comments. I don't care, bro. Yes, I was married for 14 days and apparently we're getting a divorce. I don't know. It's still a lot going on. But I don't care about people flaming me in the comments. I don't care about, oh, you're a simp, you're a sucker. When you love somebody, you do what you got to do. All right?
Oh, this dude's serious. Shit.
Yes, I'm spending my 15 days and apparently we're getting a divorce. When you love somebody, you do what you got to do. All right? So it wasn't on you didn't know her long enough. You didn't know her long enough. I've known her forever. All right? And what we going through is what we going through. It's like people don't know how to mind their business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got.
This is how I know that a man was raised by a woman. When number one, you think that love is a good enough decision to marry any woman, that you think that's all you need. This is about love. So what? Number two, you're mad that people are chiming into a situation that they absolutely did not know existed until you came up here on a public platform and told everybody your situation. And then you turn around and say, people need to mind their own business. Come on, bro.
Something to say, but you haven't walked in my shoes. Big deal, okay? Everybody that went through something. People get cheated on. It is what it is. I'm just tripping because my Christmas is being spent alone. I just go and check my safe. I had $16,000 in cash. Every penny to my name, I kept it in my safe. She gone and my money is gone. So I contact the police. They tell me it ain't nothing I can do about it because we married. Me and her texting back and forth. We talk about trying to work it out. I don't know what we're going to do, but contacting me on Christmas telling me, oh, I saw everybody flaming you in the comments, bro. You looking like a simp. You looking like a lion. I don't care, bro.
Wow. Top comment says you put it on social media. Here's another person who says this is for views and engagement. Y'all move. Yeah, this is. This has to be for views and engagement. You brought it to us. Travis Hunter, is that you? Travis is catching strays here on a totally unrelated video. Somebody else who says this is a skit. Gotta be. It's gotta be. I refuse. I refuse to believe that men like this exist in today's day and age. All right, what else do we have here? Let's touch on this topic. I went on a date with a white man. Let's check it out.
Okay, y'all. So I just went on a date with a white man.
Let's see what we have. So I saw this post recently about Layla Anthony. which reads, Layla Anthony believes that marriage is no longer a goal, stating that most of the married people she knows are miserable.
Yeah, they all say marriage isn't a goal when they can't get the man that they want, or in her case, leave a man thinking that she was going to get something better and she's still on the market. And another thing about these women who didn't maintain their own marriages or can't seem to get married in the first place, they love to talk about how people are unhappily married or what have you. Well, divorce is the new happy. So if these people are allegedly unhappily married, why aren't they getting divorced? Another thing is, why is it the main women talking about how they don't want marriage or they divorce the husband for to find themselves or thinking that the grass was greener on the other side? Why is it that they want to walk down the aisle again? Sounds like sour grapes to me.
All right, so I think she's got some.
You want to walk down?
I think she's got some points there. 86% of people, and I know there's like especially dudes out here who, I tell you guys all the time, there's two sides. Ever since I've been creating this content, there's men who think that I should be telling men to get married because it's the right thing to do, and then there are men who are upset that I don't tell men not to get married, right? And I think there are plenty of men out here who are definitely vocal about men not getting married. Where I place the ball is I say the ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. You get to decide what you should do as a man. And depending on what you believe is best, you get to live with those consequences and those choices. With that being said, 86% of people who divorce get remarried. So it's not surprising that people want a relationship after they divorce. You see it with the Tia Mowrys. You see it with a lot of these chicks who get divorced. What do? They immediately start dating. Almost immediately. The last thing I remember actually reporting on someone like Layla Anthony was that she was dating younger guys, which is typical for women as they age and get a few more years on them, is that younger guys start shooting their shot more. And she was talking about how crazy it is that all these younger dudes are approaching her with confidence. Now, this does look like this came from some site that may not be credible by the text and this whole kind of photo. But I don't find this hard to believe that this is her current mindset of marriage no longer being a goal. I don't think just because something didn't work out for you that you should then start to shit on that thing or talk down on that thing. There are a lot of people who do that. And it could be anything. A lot of people say something's a scam because maybe it didn't work out for them, or relationships are all horrible, or there's no good women because they went through some heartbreak. We've all had heartbreaks. But they'll literally believe there's no such thing as a good woman. If you ask that same man, is there such thing as a good man? Of course there is. They'll reply. There's a lack of understanding with that whole approach to relationships and dating. And for those of you who don't know, in 2021, Layla Anthony filed for divorce from Carmelo Anthony, citing irreconcilable differences. Now, of course, after that, a lot of these chicks think that they're going to go into the dating market and actually find someone who's better. But time and time again, what do we see is it ends in tears. And I mean like clockwork. It usually ends in tears. On the topic of people not sharing, because I get the comments a lot of, oh, we need more content about marriage advice for people who are in marriage and to see all that. That's why I created Brew Brothers, and I'm going to be posting a lot more this coming year in Brew Brothers, because you do get people who, when you like the Layla Anthonys, right after they've divorced their man and left their relationship, when you share anything good about your current marriage or whatever, they can't imagine that good things exist for people who are married or in relationships. No, I do not think, especially as somebody who's caffeinated, that myself or anybody who may be currently married is special, isn't susceptible to their marriage failing like everyone else. But if you get online and you share that you're actually in a healthy marriage, people who are miserable will not like that. Here's another woman here talking about exactly that.
Do you want to know why it's mostly single women that give advice on this app? I heard a girl asking, like, why isn't it that the married women are the ones giving dating advice? Why is it single women? Well, every time a married woman shares a good positive story about her husband or her married life, people jump in the comments and wish the worst on her. They say that she's bragging and that you should never brag on your man. And oh my God, one day he's going to embarrass you. We're not bragging. We're actually living our happily married lives. And sometimes when we share, if we share anything personal about our situation, people take it the wrong way. So I give general dating advice here on my channel, but I would love to give more personal, more detailed advice, but I can't really do that unless I talk about my personal situation. And every time I do, on the rare occasion, people are like just wishing and waiting for the other shoe to drop in my life. So therefore I kind of scale back and I talk very generally.
And again, this is why I think like communities are important. And I mean like private communities, especially if you can put a paywall behind it, because people can just get pissed. No one wants to get behind a paywall and talk shit. They're not going to pay for it, right? If you're a person in a healthy marriage, man or woman, and you have a platform, consider creating a school community, you know, and separate yourself from the chaos, that the very real chaos. And it's can get really depressing when you actually have something good to say. Share it with people who would appreciate that within that private community.
But I am going to share some personal stories about me and my life and how I kind of landed in this place. Why? Not because I want to brag, but because I do believe that success can be replicated, that we can learn from each other. Like, I can't be the only one who found love later in life, you know, got married at 38, had my son at 39, became a homeowner at 40. I am the president.
Shout out to you. Not the standard, right? And I hope she's not using herself as this is the way to go. It does happen. Shout out to her.
President of the Late Bloomers Club. And I want to give hope to not just the late bloomers, even women in their 20s too. Maybe I can save the women in her 20s some time so that way she doesn't have to make all of the same mistakes I did. I am not a dating expert. I'm just someone who got it wrong time and time and time again. And when I finally got it right, things went smoothly for me. So maybe I can spare you guys from making a lot of the stupid mistakes that I did. Anyway, stay tuned to my channel. Those videos will be dropping soon. And don't discredit the advice that single women on this app give, because you need to learn some things from a woman who's still in the dating game. They have value too. I'll see you in my next video.
I agree with that. I think both single and married people do give decent advice, usually when they are caffeinated. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see what else we have.